son.
This your feeling source of boxing news, giving you exclusive interviews with less born interludes. It's Skywalker, fly talker, and a fire sparker, giving you the news straight, not a side talker. Daily boxing updates with live fight streams, gym visits, sneak peeks from behind the scenes. Plus we link with more boxing and they spitting toxin. Strong like a pack of oxen, ain't no other option. He got a new addition, Papi Chunyayo. Heavy on the Papi, Legato on the Yayo. Ernest X, a retired military vet. He a comedian, so don't be disobedient. With 86 boxing from out of DC. That's the valedictorian historian. He's still pushing Tim and Tim when the week begins. The super chats and cash apps collect the dividends. The live interesting, yo, I hope you listening. It's not a trick, Tim Jr. running for politics. Skywalker washing windows off a skyscraper. The mother channels stay sweet like annihilators. You get physically exposed if you violate us. You guys fool get chewed like Crocs and Gators. It's no reason to explain why you cowards hate us. Skywalker boxing media proceeding it. Trust me, I understand why you cowards hate us. Leading you is Skywalker boxing media. Trust me, I understand why you cowards hate us. Leading you is Skywalker boxing media. Yeah. Skywalker boxing media. Saludos. Word 'em up. Yeah.
Salute, salute. Welcome to Skywalker Boxing Media. Team Mo Boxing, no problem. We got Papi Chunyayo in the house.
Yo, what it is, y'all? It's been a minute. Y'all already know what it is. It's Papi Chunyayo. Heavy on the Papi, light on the Yayo.
And we got the killer in the house. We got the Tsunami that's taking over 6-0 with 6 knockouts. Straight up knockout artist coming out of Newark, New Jersey. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey man, amazing Saturday fight night. I love that second round TKO. We know what to expect when you're fighting, bro. How was it, man? Getting that 6 straight knockout, brother.
It was good. It was a blessing, just being able to showcase my talent on a great platform, Overtime Boxing, at the 2300 Arena. It was a blessing.
Man, so let me ask you this, man. I'm always about the progress. What did you learn from this event? I mean, anything from how the setup was or how you had to approach it? Is there anything new that you took out of this experience?
Anything new? I mean, fighting on Overtime is definitely different from the other platforms. They got the bonus round. So, like, if you knock somebody out in the first round or the last round, you get like a bonus, a bonus, like a bonus on your purse. So when I dropped the dude in the first round, like everybody was like, "Oh, is he gonna get him out? Is he gonna get him out? Is he gonna get the bonus?" But I had a pretty solid opponent. My opponent was pretty solid. And he stuck all the way to the second round, so got him out in the second.
Yeah, man, I heard it was wasn't it like 300 racks one time? And they had it in a duffel bag, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, so you were supposed to fight on the Danny Swift Garcia card. I know you're always trying to stay busy, man. Respect to your father, man. Respect to everybody out there, man, that's moving you. They're moving you in the right direction. How was it, man? Getting that fight, canceled and getting this opportunity on Overtime, like what, a week later, right?
Yeah, it was like literally probably like less than a week because Danny fight was on Saturday. Yeah, Danny fight was like on a Saturday, and then I was fighting on a Friday, so it was like a little less than a week. But I'm definitely grateful that I was able to get a fight. It's annoying though, because it's just like, it's a lot of up and down, like emotionally, it's like yeah, I'm ready, but it's like it kind of take the drive out the sport. It's like, oh, you're not fighting, so it's like, you want to fight next week? It's like I had my mind set already on fighting. You get what I'm saying? So this whole week I was just, that past week leading up to like the weigh-ins, I was just like, I wasn't really really myself. I was just like I just wanted to get here. I wasn't really enjoying it, because I felt like I'm doing the same I just did the same thing for 1 week. Now I'm doing the same thing over again. So I was like, man, like I'm waiting for Thursday to come here, and then finally Thursday came, and like I was more uplifted, got to see, got to do the face off, got, started to feel the scenery of the peoples, and it felt more like fight time. So by that time, I was just more happy, ready to get in the ring and do my thing.
Oh man, so look, hey, you starting to take off, man.
Yeah.
Uh, do you feel pressure to get knockouts, or are you just doing your thing and you're not thinking about that aspect?
Nah, I wasn't even thinking I really don't be thinking about knockouts. Yeah, you could kind of gauge it. Like even for this last fight. I was telling my coach, I was like, I see him breaking down a third or fourth round because this fight was scheduled to go 6. So I told him, I was like, I see him breaking down a third or fourth round. So it's like that goes to show you that I wasn't even thinking about getting him out of there. Nonetheless, getting him out of there that early. I was like mentally, I was going in there patient, but I saw an opening and I executed, and it just the punch landed right on the button.
No, you different than me.
Yeah.
Shoot, hey, I'm be in the middle of the round, still an old boy talking about, hey, you go ahead and get the duffel bag ready. He got slogan down, baby. Just bring it
Yeah.
to the ring with you.
Hey, this fight was broadcast on the Zone, man. Did you make a lot of new fans, man? Did you feel like you got a lot more exposure with this fight?
Yeah, for sure. This fight definitely brought in a lot more exposure on to like all the platforms. But it was it was different because like I said, it was on the Zone, YouTube, and Instagram. So it was definitely a lot more exposure, more opportunities to come, and I'm just grateful, that me and my team is able to shine on those type platforms to get more viewers, and the whole nine is just we grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody's asked you this before, but the weight class that you're currently in, is that something that you see yourself being in for quite some time, or do you think you're gonna, you're outgrowing the weight?
Yeah, no, I fight, this these last couple fights. So my last fight was like at 128, but the fight before that was at 126. And me and my team, they didn't want me to like have to hit 126 2 weeks in a row, because like at the end of the day, it's all about the fighter's health. And when you cut and weight, if you don't do it right, it could be, it's not good for the fighter's health if you don't cut the weight right. So they just, they was like, all right, look, this week we're not gonna go all the way back, go all the way back down to 126, because God forbid you don't fight again, and you just cut all of that weight again for no reason. I mean, it wasn't a lot of weight, but it was just more so about my health. But I fight at 122 to 126. But 120, 126, I'll make easily. 122, I could definitely make, especially just with more discipline and having like a nutritionist, which we like starting to add. So like we preparing and doing everything the right way, so that way, I could be at this weight for a long time. And plus, like, this is my rest week, and I still was in the gym like earlier today, just at LA Fitness doing stuff. So I'm always working, so I never really get too big.
Oh yeah, definitely do the nutrition. That's a man. If that was something I had known about earlier in my life, man, I'd be something else right now. But definitely do the nutritionist thing. That they can make your life a lot easier, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
for
Like,
speaking
sure.
on food, what'd you eat after the fight, bro? Because I know you were in and out, handle business. I know you had to have a good dinner, man, after a good camp. You know.
Yeah, after the fight, what did we have after the fight? Oh, after the fight, I actually end up staying and watch the rest of the fights. So I just kind of ate at the venue. There was like some like chicken and fries there. Um, And then I ain't really eat nothing after that. I was just chilling. But I had ate, the food at the venue, supporting the other guys that was fighting.
Man, so you seems like you be ready to get right back to the gym. You a gym rat, huh?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was always like, you know, like even as a young kid, it was never like, oh, I'm doing this for like a world title. I was just doing it because I love fighting. I love learning how to fight. I love staying in shape. You get what I'm saying? So that's just always gonna be me. Like I was, I'm gonna always be, doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, cause that's just me. I like to stay fit. So
Well, let me get a caveat off of that point you just made right there. So, everybody that know me know I just got back from the Caribbean. I was in Curacao, and I unplugged from the world and all the stuff that was happening here, and I just feel amazing. I feel recharged. I ate great food. You know what I'm saying? So, what about you? What about you, bro? Is there some? What do you do to give yourself a break to be able to, I don't know what they call a rest and recovery type deal?
Yeah,
What do you do for
yeah,
that?
yeah. So it is. Me, I'm a big advocate for rest and recovery because, especially like for me, I put a lot into the sport. For the training camps and for my fights, so it's like when I'm not fighting, I like to rest. I feel like it's important. Even this is just still energy given in the boxing. It's kind of sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but I do it because I know it's all for the better. But I really like to stay to myself. I don't like to be around too many people, especially when I'm resting, unless it's like really like my family. All the time, like the little stuff. Just eating with my family, relaxing. Just really taking time to myself. Even if that's like I said earlier, going to the gym by myself, not really going to the boxing gym, just walking on the treadmill, little stuff like that. Just paying attention more to myself and not necessarily just working hard and focus on boxing, 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 boxing. So
yeah.
even something probably that's even like traveling. I haven't traveled in a little minute, but summertime, not in school, so like thinking about it now, why not? It'll be a good time to go out, travel, probably go back to the island, the sun, and just relax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unplug sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Get a
Yeah,
good reset,
right.
refocus. Something like that could do it very easily.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of talent, man, coming out of your city. East Orange, we had Rajon Picasso. He became a champ over the weekend too himself.
right.
He showed some respect to you too. He knew you were fighting too, so he brought you up.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it was a good weekend, man. Overall, Nonito, he won a belt.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I saw that.
yeah, it was a good weekend. It was better than last weekend. Last weekend we had the fall of Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and that's a lesson too, man. Coming, to take if you're a young fighter, man. Just always watch what you say, watch what you do, think with your brain. Don't let your emotions get involved. You know what I'm saying? Because the
right.
emotions can really wreck you. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
hopefully Keyshawn can rebound from everything. He's a good fighter, but definitely made some wrong choices that night. You know what I mean? So
Hey
Yeah.
man, hold up a second. I got to get this out there because I got to
he
speak on. I got to speak out there,
was in
bro.
the Caribbean for it, bro. He missed this. So
Look, man, look. So look, Keyshawn Davis was an Olympian, y'all. He represented America. He did a damn good job doing that. You understand what I'm saying? People do screw up. People get in trouble. People
yeah,
make mistakes. But we can't hold one person's mistake higher than the next person's mistake if they did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's just chill out on all this trying to dismiss people. What we don't want is for people like Keyshawn who have the gifts to beat out here in these streets. We don't need him out here in
yeah,
these streets. We need to stay in the ring, do what he's doing, and let him readjust, man. He's a man, he's growing.
yeah.
So we can't just write him off like that. People
You
have
can't.
done
Yeah,
far worse and have come back and made an example. There's too many people depending on him, and at some point he'll realize that, and everything will be Gucci. That's it.
yeah. Yeah, he can rebound from it, but it's
Yeah,
also
he'll be all right.
it's a good lesson, how to
He'll be
move,
all right.
and you're moving in the right direction, Keith. You're always positive. You go to college, you know what I'm saying. You live a pretty good life, man. So
Definitely.
just keep, yeah,
Yeah. So You ain't never got belt to ass. I got my ass whooped a couple times. It didn't take but one or two of them, and then it's like, okay, that's not what I should be doing. I should be doing this one. You do it this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can hear me good?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Definitely, growing up, man, it's just like, cause got whoopings, but I feel as though that's growing up, and yeah, like growing up, figuring out what's right, what's wrong. You're gonna test the water, see what you can get away with it, this and that. So, of course, definitely got whoopings growing up, but I mean, I feel like that's like. I mean, at least to me, that was like kind of normal, like it was like,
It
you
comes with
know,
it. And you better not do that because
yeah, it's like you did something, and it's like, hey, all right, no, Pops found out about this is over, like this what it, so that's why
all the
I feel
old
like, yeah, that's
all
why I
the
feel
old
like,
heads know, bro.
yeah, so that's how I kind of look at it,
Hard head make a soft ass.
for sure, for sure.
Hey, so do you know your next fight date? I know you guys stay busy, man, over there. So
Uh, my next fight probably be like around August. I said August, so we don't have anything confirmed just yet, but for sure August, yeah,
yeah.
or like around there, whatever
So
whatever
this is
whatever
what?
the
How
land
many
on.
fights? How many fights is it projected for this year? 4 or 5?
I got three already. We already about like
Four or
what,
five.
a little more
Damn.
halfway through the year, so yeah, we probably if we get August. I know we got something around October, November too that's lining up. So that's already that, so yeah.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's staying busy, man. There's a lot of fighters that only fight once a year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do
Hey
you,
man, all them belts is in Japan. We them big head, no head movement, have him up. Hey, we need to go get all them straps and bring them here. You feel?
Yeah, for
Are you
sure.
having Japanese guys that you've been keeping your eye on? Because I've been watching a lot of these smaller weight fights, and man, some of these guys is
Yeah, nah, for sure. Anyway, he the top dog in my division, so or around my division, he's like pound for pound. So, it's definitely I definitely watch him. Like I said, but I don't know if I said it on here, but I only watch the greats. And I feel like anyway, he one of the ones where he's a great fighter, so I definitely watch him, take notes, and be scheming. Um, so I'm always on the lookout.
yeah, somebody said he can't get out the way of the left hook. That's what I heard.
I heard a rumor about Nakatani fighting Inoue. I think that'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I did see that. I did see that as well. Nakatani. Anyway, I
Yeah,
did see
Junto
that.
Nakatani's he's a kid. He's like you, bro. He got some power.
Yeah, yeah. That guy. I like how he fights too. It's a little. I'm not gonna say unorthodox because where he's from is probably like it's probably the norm. But I like how he fight. It's a little different.
Yeah, he's long too. He's pretty long.
Yeah.
We got 86 in the house. Shout out Battle. I should have threw him an invite tonight. I don't know if he's been refereeing lately. Shout out to 86.
Junto be having people cautious about running it, just running in there. You can't just run in there. He be have knuckles down on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't it crazy, bro, that now everybody's calling you a knockout artist? Like you're 6-0. And
Yeah.
then in the amateurs, you weren't really stopping people, but you were known to be a great boxer. So
Yeah.
isn't it a trip? Because I even know people that know you from amateurs, that fought you, that been around you, and they're like, man, it trips me out that he's knocking everybody out because in the amateurs, we just know he was a good boxer. So
Yeah. You know what it is I feel as though in the amateurs, not that I wasn't a knockout artist, but like how they say you got the headgear, smaller gloves.
yeah,
These things play a big difference. So when you look at guys and they like pretty accurate, it's like in the pros, accuracy is really not more so the power, it's just more so the accuracy. You just land like a person that consistently land, that have good punch placement. They gonna go far in the sport. And that's for one. And for two, like even my last amateur tournament, like I wasn't knocking nobody out, but I would break down my opponents. You know what I'm saying? So like, my last amateur tournament, I fought like two, three tall dudes, but by like the third round, they was all done. You get what I'm saying? So, and none of them was really like trying to run up on me either. Like I was the one like coming at them. So like, you could kind of see it. You just gotta know exactly what to look for in the amateurs because you got more puffier gloves. You got the headgears. Yeah. So
Yeah, out here out here on our side of the game, man, we kind of expect people who are superstars to not play with their food. You know what I'm saying? Not in a way like you just got to go over there and start them in the first round, but like we ain't trying to see you catch no damage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We trying to see something dominant. What's your mentality when it comes to something like that? Let's say you got a guy hurt and you know that you need to work on something that your coach told you to do. What you gonna do? You gonna go get him up out of there, or you gonna work on the thing that coach wanted you to get at?
yeah, nah, you see me in the ring. I mean, um, I always listen to my team, listen to my coaches, because they see things that I don't see, and I know that whatever they say is, it's for me to like to do better or to execute to eventually get them up out of there. But like when you see me fight and you see me just jump on a person, it's because I smell blood, so to say. Like especially my last fight, it was a couple times where, well, my last fight, the last knockdown before the ref waved it off, I ain't even hit the guy clean. I hit him with like the end of my glove, kind of
Yeah.
like nipped his chin, and I seen like his legs wobble a little bit, and I didn't think that it was a clean punch, but when I seen his legs wobble, I like just jumped back on him, So, uh, no, I guess I'm a good finisher. It's like
Yeah.
I sense it and I get him up out of there.
I got a good question for you, and it's based off of Thomas's question, man. Shout out to TD Sports, Thomas
Shout out
Dillon,
TD
my
Sports.
brother Thomas from the Bronx. He says your punch accuracy has been superb, and I've noticed that too. So when you're in a fight, bro, and you got your opponent in front of you, is it do you give credit to your accuracy from drills that you've been working on in the gym, or do you have that vision, bro? Like when you're in there, is everything slowed down, and you can see like an opening, and you feel like you got better timing than a lot of people because you're making these people look like they're too easy for you, bro. Like
Yeah,
like you're taking these people out like nothing, bro. And it is from some crazy shots, bro. I see you get in between the guard with punches. I see you throw some pretty killer fucking missiles, bro. So what do you give
yeah.
credit to that? Is it the training or is it the vision in the ring?
A little, I say it's 50-50 both. Training, a lot of the shots that I like stop my opponents with, I practice it, probably a million times in the gym, so definitely training. But you know, even my coach here, he say it to me. He don't do like interviews or anything for
Yeah,
you guys to say it, but he always say he's like, yeah, he's getting stronger, yeah, he's getting faster, but what's always remained the same was the punch placement. Like his punch placement is good, so it don't really take much. All it just take is just for him to just tighten up his wrist, and it'd be a nice little thud on there, and that's what hurt more. He said it's never the power, it's just always the punch placement.
the
People
placement is
think like,
the surprise of it, bro. Like if you don't see a punch
yeah,
coming, bro, and then more than likely you're gonna get fucked up by it. If you see it
yeah,
coming, you can kind of like brace
you could
for it.
you could test, yeah, you could brace for it, right?
Man, I spent like an hour yesterday watching a whole bunch of Raymond Daniels highlights. Raymond Daniels was like a
Yeah,
kickboxer,
kickboxing. Yeah,
karate, and a Muay Thai. Like he got into everything, and that was one
Okay.
thing that made him absolutely a monster, man. His placement. He'd place heel kicks on the liver. he'd place them in weird places, man, and he was always getting people out of there. I feel like that's a gift to be able to actually, place things in certain areas that that most people probably couldn't get to. It's an art, man. Like, I would personally, I'd hire me a movement master, somebody who understands all the wrestling techniques and things like that. So you know that if somebody's in a position that liver is going to be open, you could always throw that punch with if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? But so let me ask you this. Let's say you got a guy that's he's a KO artist. Are you the type of guy that wants to go and test yourself to see if he really got what it takes to knock somebody out? Are you willing to get in there and dog it to figure out if he really about what he's talking about?
Yeah, I definitely got a couple. Just like I had a pretty extensive or pretty good amateur pedigree, so I've seen a fair share of dogs, boxers, and I know how to go at these guys. It's like some fighters, they could give it, but they can't take it. You understand what I'm saying? Like they'll walk you down, all day. But the minute you just slip in a nice clean body shot, or push them back and you make them the boxers, like it changed up the whole trajectory of the fight. You know, so like just my IQ, my experience. I feel like that plays a factor into that. Because at the end of the day, it's all about styles. You gotta understand. Like you can't really create anything new under the sun. It's like, oh, he's this type of fighter, so he come forward. But I know for a fact that's all he do. Like that's all he practice every day. So I'm gonna make him become a boxer. So it's really like a scenario type game. Like a mind game where you playing in it. You gotta really understand the fighter that you're dealing with, his strengths, his weaknesses, and exploit them.
Yeah, that's a solid answer right there.
Hell yeah. So August, he'll be back in action. The Tsunami, 6-0, 6 KOs. And what about college, bro? I didn't even ask you, man. I always ask you about your school. You're on break right now until fall semester? Or?
Yeah, I'm on break till fall semester. God willing, this be my last year. This will
Hell
be
yeah.
my last year. Got a couple more credits, and I'll be graduating next spring. So
Nice. Congrats, man. At least you have
What's
some
your major, bro?
fallback plan,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
What did you major in?
Uh, Psychology, and a minor in criminal justice.
Okay. Yeah. So do you take your competitive edge over do you apply that in school as well?
Um, yeah, definitely. I'm not really the type, like, I like to do everything good. I like for everything. If I could graduate with, honor roll, and if I see it's available and I'm able to do it, I'm gonna do it. At the same time, balancing school and boxing is difficult, so I'm never the type to, stress about anything. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what matters is like in boxing. At the end of the day, it don't matter how you get the win as long as you get the win. At the end of the day, it don't matter how I get my degrees, it's me getting it. You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um,
I like
yeah,
to ask. I like to ask questions like that, man, because I'm
yeah,
ultra competitive, bro. Like I went to college in my 30s, and I got a biomedical engineering degree. I
okay,
graduated 3 years at the top of my class, so it's like I'm trying to beat everybody. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, I be trying to, and when I find somebody who got that gene switched on like that, all bets go to that guy.
yeah.
I got a quick question from Remy. Shout out to Remy in the chat. Have you ever heard of Nico Robledo from Long Beach?
Nah, nah, I haven't. Nope. Nah, I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know Nico.
Oh yeah, he's 2-2, 2 KOs. Okay. Yeah, he's from Newark, New Jersey, so you're a little far from there, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Have you ever sparred with any Japanese guys?
yeah. I did. I actually did. Well, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did
Or
because in the
Filipinos?
That again?
Or Filipinos. I got a Pinoy Sakalam YouTubers. That's a Filipino boxing channel in the house.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
to
yeah.
them. Have you ever sparred a Filipino?
Yeah, I sparred some. I sparred. Who was it? I think it was an Olympic team from China. One of the was it China? Yeah, I think it was like China there. I can't really remember. It was because when I was in the amateurs, I represented Puerto Rico for the Olympic team. So we find everybody from all over, and I actually had a chance to spar. I know it was China and it was another somewhere else. I can't remember, but yeah, I remember. I actually got a video. I think it might still be up on my Instagram page of me sparring a little clip, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I be having to rely on, the homie down in Florida. He covers all the smaller weights. And like he be putting me on information just by me listening to him and his pops talk about the stuff. So they always talk about this Japanese boxing school and how technically efficient a lot of Japanese boxers are. They just don't teach them to move their head for some reason. That's just y'all. They're spending a lot of time on the other stuff and not teaching them to move their head. But
Yeah, they typically teach them like in and out. Like you'll see a lot of them bounce in and out. Kind of had the same. Um, yeah, yeah.
you know how we do here. We run them right into the break. Come on in here. Manny Pacquiao, face down style.
We have a decorated amateur. You want how many national titles did you win, Keith? You won a bunch of stuff, huh?
I won three international golds, 3 silver international medals, nationals. I think I won it. It was 4 nationals.
And then he's 6-0, 6 knockouts. You fought on Top Rank. You fought on Overtime Boxing. He's been on a lot of different promotions so far too, man. So you kind of mixing it up. Out of all the promotions, though, you think Overtime was the best one so far? As far as you think you got the best exposure? You benefit.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say because I feel like coming out the gate, I fought like
Remember your pro debut was badass.
exactly, and I fought on a big card. I fought
Yeah, you
on
did.
Top Rank, a big card. That was Shakur Stevenson card. So it's like I feel like for me that was the one I got the most exposure on, just because of who was headlining the card, and plus that would be my first fight in my city, so everybody was there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that's kind of hard to say, but nah, over time they definitely do a great job giving these fighters and giving me, exposure opportunities, and yeah, they do they know what they're doing. They well organized. They got everything, real strategic for the fighters.
We got to get you with Tom Loeffler next, bro. He's got a New York card out there, 360.
Oh yeah, I heard about 360 Promotions. Yeah, yeah.
They're good, bro. They're really good. They got a lot of good talent. They do fights in LA and New York, and they're real good. They got a good roster. And Thomas was there. I remember your pro debut. Shout out to Thomas, man. That was a good experience. He knuckled you up too as you were walking back, man, from the knockouts.
Yeah. The Thomas, he's always there at my fights.
Just Do, my homie Just Do.
Yeah.
That's my brother too. Yeah. Okay, so you have mad fans.
Yeah, for sure.
So are you keeping up with your social media? Are you starting to be able to be able to get to answer back and things like that? Are you starting to have that issue?
Yeah, no, I definitely keep up with my social media. I post often, especially around fight times. Uh, I got a variety of different things going on with social media on all different platforms. Definitely stay in tune with my fans, but at the same time, I try, like, you can't indulge in everything. You know, you respond to somebody, and then they'll want to talk to you the whole day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like it's kind of hard at times, and you gotta you know, you know, you can't also be too accessible. You can't be too accessible. You can't, have, it's a secret to the madness. You get what I'm saying? So you can't be too accessible, but at the same time, you also want to connect with your fans. You want to do all different things to make them feel that you are accessible for you to be there. So whether that's like community work, doing things with little kids, just being in tap with your community, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I definitely keep up my social media, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
Yeah.
all that.
Hey, he's got a YouTube. Not too many fighters got their own YouTube channels. So check out follow Keith Cologne on his YouTube channel. You just type in Keith Cologne, it should
Yeah,
just pop up. Yeah.
Yeah, hey man, you're definitely saying all the right thing. And for y'all who ain't never got the lesson before, like once you get to a certain point in life, man, you go back home, you can't be riding with people in the car. You can't let them get in your car. You don't go get in their car. You don't never know what they got going on. You feel me? So what you're doing is right, bro. I mean, and social media does make it a little bit easier to have access to people in a different way versus being in the thick of things and getting mixed up in the stuff that they got going on.
yeah,
You're
for
doing it.
sure. Thank you, appreciate that.
Well, cool. I got to follow some Junior Olympics right now. I got some kids
Okay,
competing from
okay.
Mexico. I follow all the kids in I do a lot for my community. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
always
fine.
busy with media. So but hey man, much love. Anybody want to shout out for this fight, man? Anybody you want to give credit to, man?
Yeah, man. I wanna give credit to my team. Shout out Overtime Boxing. Uh, I want to shout out my sponsors, man, because without them, being it'd make the whole journey harder. Through Lucha, Ironbound Boxing, TFB, IMC, you know, Bosen Construction, Castellar, the whole team, man. I got a big team. I'm just grateful to be able to showcase my talent, showcase them on such a great platform, and just keep doing it. Do interviews like these with y'all, and just be out there and show my talent and showcase it on a huge platform.
Nice, man. I appreciate you, man. And Remy was talking about that guy Robledo. Says he's out there and he's same weight class as you,
Okay.
featherweight. Maybe you guys can get some sparring. He's at Ironbound Gym. That's in
Yeah.
Newark, right?
Yeah. It's
So
in North New Jersey.
yeah. Hey, much love to you, brother.
Thank you.
Ernest,
Appreciate
you
it.
got anything else?
No, man, y'all know what it is, bro. Listen, we enjoy this process just as much as anything. It's like we're growing with the fighter, we're learning about them, we're understanding the shifts that are happening in their lives, and we got to support. Buy their merch, show up with the fights, share and promote. It's just that easy. That's it.
Appreciate y'all, man, for having me again.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
All
Good
right.
luck, man.